What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by another video. This is part of a course called the Open Source Cybersecurity course that I'm doing with my community and creating content that can help you get started in cybersecurity and IT operations with a cybersecurity focus. This is one of the videos as a part of that series that's kind of taking a break from the curriculum and exploring other training platforms that are inexpensive and highly engaging. So let's check it out. I want to show you Hack the Box. So there's a lot of sites cropping up like this that are just blowing my mind. When I first discovered this site, I was blown away by the amazing technology that comes together to make it happen. The web development, the IT operations and virtualization that happens in the background, and then the intense focus on training. I think that's a fantastic idea that they have here. So essentially what you would get access to is this lab that allows you to practice the skills of a penetration tester without worrying about doing anything illegal, messing anything up, but being in this virtual training ground. So I'm going to show you a couple features of the website that I think you should really get into. Before I get into the features, I want to show you that this is a European site, so you'll notice they have their cost structure is in euros. But for us, 10 euros a month translates to about $15, right around that area. And then they've unlocked another subscription, which is the 15 euros per month. There is a free tier, but what I want to tell you about the free tier is that it is the performance of the VPN connections and of the virtual machines that you spin up to have that practice environment. It's going to be you're going to have more issues with that in the free tier than you would if you were paying for this. And when I say pay for it, I mean that's a small drop in the bucket if you think about it. You're probably paying that for Netflix or HBO or Disney or any of those other video streaming sites. And while they're awesome and entertaining, they may not be training you for a career. So this site, I'm telling you, is great. I've been using it for a little bit. You'll notice I'm still at a low level on the site. Ultimately, what it's doing is it is gamifying cybersecurity education. So as you get on here, you earn points. You can even be on a leaderboard with other competitors on the site and focus on that. Or you could just go through it at your own pace, learning as you go. Historically, I guess in the past few months, I've kind of had a gripe about the site. As an educator myself, I had a little bit of an issue with the fact that there's no pathways from an educational perspective. I mean, I was able to get on the site, use my Kali VM to VPN into their training infrastructure. But what I found was missing, because as I was looking at this from an educator's perspective, I was thinking about my students and I was also thinking about beginners. And this site back then was not really beginner friendly. Nor do I think it was really designed to be, because the structure of the site was challenge-based. So they were challenging you to get into these systems. I mean, let me tell you this. If you're trying to get into the site now, you'll find that if you don't already have an account, you actually have to complete a challenge to get into the site in the first place. So go ahead and comment below if you're having trouble. Get in the Discord chat if you're having trouble. We may be able to give you some hints to point you in the right direction, but we won't give you the answer. So here we go. Let's look at some of the features, and I'm only going to show you some of the things I was very impressed with. All of it I'm impressed with, but I've really only been able to use a little bit of the site. So as you can see, it's a very intuitive interface. I'm using the beta user interface, which I strongly recommend. It seems to work really well. So dashboard, let me start there. You'll notice I'm a noob. So that's the rank I'm at. I'll tell you why. Because when I was doing streaming over the summer on my Twitch channel, I was streaming retired machines. So after a machine gets, it gets defeated, I'll say, then it goes into a retired category. And once it's in the retired category, the community rules allow you to demonstrate how you get into systems. So I would choose, when I got on live stream, to actually use a retired box, because when you're using boxes that are actively going to give you points to get into them, then you can't stream those. That would be considered cheating in the community, and we want to play by the honor system on that, and we want to abide by those rules, because this is designed to challenge you and not just give you the answers, because that's what the cybersecurity industry is all about, is really challenges and learning at a high-paced level. Now, you will get help in the industry, and you will be able to pool your resources together, but HackTheBox is trying to prevent people from cheating, really, to help you get an educational experience that you deserve. So you can see here the beautiful dashboard. Since I haven't been on here in a while, you're not going to see many points piled up. And again, I use those retired boxes, so you don't earn points for that. And there's walkthroughs. So let's say you're working on a box that's got points involved and you're having trouble and you're just like, I can't do this right now. I would strongly recommend you go and check out those retired boxes, and I'll show you where to find all that here in a second. But I just want you to know that it exists, that if you get on a retired box, the community has walkthroughs, and you may even be able to find YouTube videos. Like, I'll recommend IPPsec, his YouTube channel. He exclusively posts his HackTheBox walkthroughs, and he's doing these on retired boxes. He's being respectful of the community guidelines. So let's check out some more of this. Now, how does this work? So you get in finally, you find the token, and I'm not going to tell you how to do that. You'll figure it out. But you find the token, you get in, here you are. What do you do next? So this is where you may want to experiment. I would recommend starting in starting point, as they mention here. But be aware that starting point is not all that easy. For someone who is brand new to this penetration testing arena, in reverse engineering arena, you're going to have to learn, right? So what I strongly encourage you to do is, once you get into some of these systems, you spin them up, you find out how to get on the infrastructure, keep fighting, keep battling. As offensive security says, try harder. Take a step back if you're getting frustrated, but keep at it, because some of these boxes you're gonna hit a wall, and if you're hitting a wall, it's really you're hitting a wall in your understanding. So battle through that. I promise you'll make it. You'll learn a lot too. So when you hit a wall, learn. Think about that. So when you hit that wall and you're like, I don't understand this, I can't get past it. Is it broken? Is it me? Go learn. Use the community. Use Discord, use the websites you go to, and try to find out not just what the answer is to the next step, but try to find the technology you need to learn. Maybe it's server message block protocol you need to understand. Maybe it's you just need to get a better understanding of Bash and Windows and how to remotely connect to Windows and things of that nature. So you're going to be presented with a lot of learning opportunities in these challenges. So essentially what you would do is you would find the system you're going to start with. Maybe it's Archetype, or maybe you want to start with a Linux box like Oopsie, and then you would go over here, and maybe if you're stuck, you click View Walkthrough. And once you click View Walkthrough, it gives you the steps. Now, I will say there are some steps that you have to really understand what you're doing before you can actually perform the steps successfully. You may want to get in the community forum on here. There's IRCs and Discords that are related to this. So they give you everything you need, but there's also the you side that needs to go ahead and get up and going and learn. Once you're in that system and you've been able to find the flag, because it's really the process of exfiltrating data off the system, you'll paste the flag into this submit flag field, hit submit flag for each user and root. So once you're on a user account on that system, there's a flag on that user account in a directory somewhere. And then under root, there's a root. In the root directory, there is a flag somewhere. So I'm telling you, it's a great platform. All right, so let's keep looking. there's many categories of labs you'll find yourself in. So what you'll notice about each lab is that they are within a certain IP address. And if you want to use a VM or a computer that you have on your own network, you can download VPN credentials on this site, connect to their platform using VPN, or if you're a paying member, you can go to the Pwn box. And what that is an actual VM that's on HackTheBox's network infrastructure that you can use. So check this out. I'll show you, I'll give you a demonstration of the actual machine. So the machine that we're going to be using let me pick the region that I'll be connecting to. The actual machine we're connecting is Parrot OS, which is another popular penetration testing distribution of Linux. So we did click the location there. So I'm gonna, didn't highlight it. I was focused on talking to you all. Forgive me for some of the subtle mistakes I'll make. So we're starting it up. What it's doing on the back end now is spinning up a VM. And I'm not exactly sure what Hypervisor HackTheBox uses. It would be interesting to find out. Pop up in Wireshark or something like that. But you can see here there's a status check for us. So it's showing us that we're connecting using VNC. It's starting the VNC server. And the VMs on the back end on HackTheBox are running now, and these scripts are automatically creating a way for us to connect into that infrastructure. So you'll notice here, password, and then my system is up right now. So I could open this. I'm going to go ahead and open the desktop now. And you'll see right here in the browser, I am remoted in to a HackTheBox system. And this is a virtual private network connection. So I didn't have to install Kali. I didn't have to install Parrot on my own system. I would recommend that because that's a fun process. And if you need help with that, let me know in the comments below. I can show you how you can set up Kali, Parrot, any of that. I can also show you how to set up a virtual infrastructure, which will happen later on in this course in the lab setup portion. But it's okay if you're not following along right now. You can just watch and pay attention to that. But for the most part, this course is most enjoyed by using, by following and doing as I do it, and pausing when you get lost or trying to get ahead of me and keep up. So first thing I always do when I get on a Linux system is get into the terminal, right? So where we could explore, we could look all around. So, I love this. Oops. I love this platform. I'm always blown away by it, by the fact that it's possible to remotely connect to a training lab from my browser, right? So if I'm thankful enough to have some decent hardware here at my house, but if I didn't, I could connect to this as long as I had a browser. So value there for sure. You can skate around, see what's on here, look at all the applications available to you. You can see this is HackTheBox branded. It's got a fancy background. Definitely a good looking system. Now we can break down this platform and the actual Parrot operating system and all the tools offered to you through it in another video series, but I want to show you some more capabilities here. This is kind of a tour of HackTheBox, if you will. So you see that if you're paying, and I could also just do SSH, so just through the terminal. But if you're paying, you have access to this, but if you're not, your access to this will be limited, just so you know. All right, so the labs. You can enable which lab you connect to. So you may be having bad performance with the United States lab maybe, and I'm not saying that will happen, but if it does, then you could actually switch where your connection goes. So you could go to instead you can go to Europe with that connection. And the access lab is really to show you your connection details to access the lab environment, right? So that's a good feature. Tracks. This is brand new. Now, I would strongly urge you to follow HackTheBox on every social media platform you can, including but not limited to LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn and I follow them, and their executive team, their leadership team, and their content or their community managers are very active on social, and they hear the community. Because one of the things I was like, HackTheBox is great, but, and this is what I said in a comment directly to the owner of the company, I was like, this platform is fantastic, but there needs to be more guided pathways. And I didn't want to sound too noobish by saying that, or too newbie. I was thinking about just people who are brand new and how HackTheBox is such a good thing that so many people could benefit from using it. So I am glad to say that HackTheBox now has tracks, which are a curated list of boxes, which are, the VMs and the training environments that are really designed for one specific skill you'll be developing, or one skill level. For example, like you see beginner track is labeled as easy, and we see the cool art with the matrix kind of being pulled back. As a beginner, you may want to start with this track. So if you're someone who really likes to think in terms of curated content or content that builds on top of one another, there you go. Active Directory 101 here, you see right there above me. So that would be if you want to follow a track that helps you understand the ins and outs of Active Directory. So maybe after you go through my course here on YouTube, that you get kind of the fundamentals of Active Directory and defense, and then you could go through Active Directory 101 and get an even stronger understanding by working on the environment. So I would recommend that. So there's a lot of tracks. Some of these I've not been through. The harder ones I'll work my way up to, but these are fantastic. Now there's another platform out there called TryHackMe that has had tracks, and those two platforms are competing. So I have another video where I cover TryHackMe, but I would say for now, HackTheBox is my favorite, and they're starting to get those characteristics of TryHackMe that I loved. So now it's like, HackTheBox is my choice, honestly. So there's a few things I haven't tried, like Battlegrounds, which is like a competition-focused environment. And this is newer. Notice how there's a lot of social engagement here. You think, have you ever heard of Capture the Flag? If not, go ahead and in the comments below. If you're familiar with it, comment some good Capture the Flag challenges and tournaments and events. Well, this is more of a competition focus, so you're going up against people here. So this is cool. And we'll check this out in some other videos. I want to reveal all this to you. All right, here's another thing I think you'll really like. Careers. So as you rank up on HackTheBox, let's say you start with the retired boxes, you're going through some of the beginner tracks. Now you're like, all right, I'm getting some points. I got hacker rank on the platform. Now I want to see what this career thing is all about. So when you get into careers, you'll notice that these are actual companies that, let me let that load a little bit. These are actual companies here that have posted jobs on the site. Let me uncheck this, see if it'll load. So the platform's not quite loading. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got to go down to job offers. So under the job offers, you will see that there are positions that companies have posted. So if you've ever been on LinkedIn, Google job opportunities, or you're just maybe even a beginner and you just want to know what are the job titles, here's a portion of the site that shows you this. What's really cool about some of these is that we'll look at the Security Researcher Labs Ethical Hacker job posting. The minimum rank is noob. So if you're a noob, which is what everybody starts out as when they get on this site, you can apply directly from the site here. Now, it would be beneficial for you to have some history working on the site before you try to apply for any jobs on here. But I'm telling you, they're looking for skills that someone is aware of this site and that would want to use this site as a training thing, especially as a hobby. They would want to hire that person. So I would recommend that if you're going to find a website, or you're going to find a job through this site, that you already have some history on it, you already know a little bit about it, or at least you've had some experience working on it. And if the job lines up with the skills you believe you have, then apply for some of the jobs up here. This is a really cool way to try to find new employees. So if you think about it from an employer's perspective, they're basically saying, well, if they're this rank on HackTheBox, which has been, the gamified training approach, then we think that we should at least talk to them, right? So you'll notice some of these, it's color coded here, so this might just mean it's a higher rank required. Let me go ahead and go back there. Yeah, see, pro hacker rank, so that's why it's kind of orange or yellow there. You got to hit pro hacker rank on HackTheBox or you can't apply. Look, so I'm not eligible because my account is not pro hacker. Like, I haven't reached that point. So that kind of creates this structure and this ranking system that allows you to be in a certain category that they're looking for, right? This is different from your traditional ways of looking for a job, which is, here's a degree, you've got to have at least a master's or a bachelor's degree to get in. This is like a skills thing. Hey, they got to be pro hacker. Who cares if they have that degree, So it's pretty cool. I really like this site. What else should we show? There's so many things. I mean, we could spend hours on this site. We could walk through a box together. We could do a lot of things. Let me know in the chat what you would like to do, and I'll make another video perhaps and insert it in this open source cybersecurity course. One last thing before we go on to the next video, and that is HackTheBox has launched an academy. So I'm going to show you here the Cybersecurity Academy. So when you look at academy.hackthebox.eu, it is at a subdomain, you will find, and you'll have to set up another account actually. It's not tied to if you already have a HackTheBox account, it's not tied to it. But this actually has curriculum that's been designed for you to learn, right? So look at the first one it starts with up there is learning process. So if you click in the learning process course, you could sign up for the course, go through it, and look at, these are some of the objectives you'll hit on. Way of thinking outside of the box, way of learning efficiency. So it's not, that one isn't so much here's a skill, here's a technical skill for you to learn. This side is how do you learn in this industry? And in cybersecurity and really IT as a whole is a fast-paced industry, especially cybersecurity. That's like IT on steroids. So if you're going to be trying for a cyber role, you have to have a high-octane learning process. So I am happy to see that HackTheBox has developed this, and this is brand new. So get in here, try this out, sign up for this site, go ahead and go through it, and enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Get in our Discord community, and we will work together to help you learn and to help you develop a training regimen, a training skill set to launch into a career. Now, if you don't get into cybersecurity right away, you may get into IT operations or help desk. So check it out. Feel free to contribute to this course as well. Comment below any thoughts or any knowledge you want to add to it for those of you that are advanced watching this. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next video.